I'm Tracy Faulkner from Lush Fabrics with your release for this week, the 7th of April. We are into a new month, which means it's a really great time to take advantage of and start using our monthly postal service. So I'll explain that a little bit, but there is a whole section of it on our website under the shipping tab. So what we do is if you're in Australia and you're happy with the normal standard postage, on your first order, you select the monthly postal service option, and that is $15 for your post. Then we hold on to your order for you until the end of the month. And then if you want to order again during the month, you select that monthly postal service option again, and you put in a special code which reduces the shipping. So it's just an additional $3 for each order. Makes it better for you guys, and it's not too expensive for us as well to post it out to you that way. It does mean the drawback is you have to wait till the next month to get your fabric. So we'll hold all of this now until the end of April, and once the month ticks over, then we'll get those all sent out to you. Okay, but today's fabrics, I have 6 fabrics to show you today. The format for today is going to be basically what we're going to be doing for the next month or two at least. So we're going to have 4 new fabrics and then 2 rewind fabrics for you. Just, you know, we've got a lot of these fabrics that we think we need to remind you about, and not a huge number of winter fabrics came into us this year, enough to get us through. Don't you worry, we will be fine each week with winter fabrics, but there's just not the same volume as there have been in previous years. So the first fabric is what I am wearing, and this is dark grey faux cashmere rib. I've made myself a Harper cardigan and I absolutely love it. It feels really beautiful, really soft. It's got just the right amount of stretch. It falls really, really nicely. It's just perfect for this pattern. So let me show you what it actually looks like. This is the, I don't know, long line I think is the option. I actually did it in tall, and I'm certainly not in the tall category. I'm very much in the petite or regular category for my height. But I just wanted that little bit of extra length for this one. I love the way it turned out, and I'm going to wear this so much in winter. A dark grey cardigan just goes with so many things, and especially in my wardrobe. All right, so let me show you this beautiful fabric. So this is 55% rayon, 25% nylon, 20% poly, 230 GSM. So it's got, I know it looks see-through here, but it's not on me. It's just because I'm holding it so far out. So you can see it's got those vertical ribs there. Let me hide my face so that it focuses on there. It's a lovely dark grey. I'm wearing a black top underneath, so you can see a slight colour difference there, but it is a real charcoaly grey. It's beautiful. All right, so there is your horizontal stretch. Really good vertical stretch too, which is great. And look at that beautiful drape. So it's not a really thick fabric. It is fairly thin, which actually makes it really nice for a garment like this because I'm right into my layering, so this will work perfectly with that. It is lovely and warm though. Okay, now I don't have any coordinating fabrics because it's a solid itself, but I do have some threads to show you. So 136 for the Resant range and 36 for the Mariflex, the stretch thread range. Okay, so this is dark grey faux cashmere rib. Do give it a go. It's a new base. We had the pink one 2 weeks ago, I think it was. And this is another colour in it. Definitely give it a try. It's lovely. All right, next we have, sorry, I put a sticker on here. Let me just take that off, my little notes. All right, you've seen this print before. This is a new colorway. This is In Your Dreams in black, and this is a beautiful soft double brush poly. There we go. Look at that. So yes, it's a little bit, it's tie-dye, but it's a sort of tie-dye I love. Maybe it's actually not tie-dye. Or maybe it's not tie-dye, maybe it's just a splatter. But I don't know, what do you call this? Would you call this tie-dye? I'm not sure actually. Maybe you do call it tie-dye. But I like this sort of tie-dye where the colours just sort of merge into one another a little bit more. It's a little bit more subtle, I think. So double brush poly, this such a versatile fabric base. There's so much that you can make out of it because it's got really great stretch. It's got really great resistance to the stretch as well, so it will bounce back and it won't grow on you during the day. Also has a really beautiful drape. So there is your horizontal stretch. Vertical. Now for all of these, we have a new tab on our menu on our website called Fabric Base Information. And under there, where we can, we've added photos of the things that people have made out of these particular fabric bases and a quick write-up on what you can do with it and what it's like and all that sort of thing. So if you're not sure, then do have a look there. Obviously the new bases, we're not quite there yet, but we will get there and we'll keep adding to them, you know, as we've got more to add in. All right, this one I have matched with, I went for the lighter grey, so 332 in the Rasant, and what have I got here, 40 for the Mariflex stretch. So all of those will be linked on the website, so it'll just take you straight to it. Now this looks really nice in the black tri-blend, which means to me it would also look really nice in anything that's got that black heathered look to it. Like our black brushed French terry's got the heathered look to it. Actually, we've got two brushed French terry's which are slightly different and they've got that heathered look to it. So if you need a warmer option, that would be quite good. This is quite a cool option. And silver fox cotton spandex, just to get some greys in there. There's some lighter dustings of grey here, which actually match really well with this silver fox. All right, so this is In Your Dreams in black double brush poly. Now another brush poly. It's super pretty. This one's called Secret Garden in green. Again, it's so beautiful and soft. And this one is a really sweet little print. I'll hold it up for you. Got some really beautiful blues in there. Some mustards in the flowers, which are really nice. So we actually haven't matched a mustardy colour with it, but you probably could because it does have quite a bit of that yellow there in the flowers. All right, so again, amazing stretch both ways. And there is your drape. Let's see, I don't have any matching thread for this one, unfortunately. I do have two coordinating fabrics and they're both all about the blue that is in here. So first of all, it's this really beautiful and I think forgotten Folkestone grey modal. It's actually a blue. To me, that's 100% blue. But this is how it came from the supplier, so we stuck with it. So Folkestone grey, it's called, modal 200 GSM. It is a beautiful colour and looks fantastic with this. Or we just got this one back in stock, vintage denim, double brush poly is another option as well. So that's Secret Garden in green, double brush poly. Okay, now another base which is fairly new to us is thermal. So we brought out that Phantom thermal a few weeks ago now, and it's just beautiful. It's such a beautiful base. I made a really nice top out of it, which can be worn on its own or as a layering piece for when it gets cold, if it ever gets cold here in Perth. It's just a really great versatile base. It's like a mini waffle. Let's bring that nice and close. There you go. So you can see that waffle texture there. It is 94 poly 6 spandex, 180 GSM. So it's lovely and light. So it could easily be, you know, a long sleeve t-shirt, something to wear underneath your garments for your layering. Or you can still make a jumper out of it if you wanted to. That's absolutely fine too. Now it has lots of stretch. Vertical as well, which is great. And there is your drape. Okay, I did just find one thread. It is a smidge lighter. This is 1090 in the Resart range. It's not as light as it's appearing on the screen. It is a closer match than that. I don't have anything darker, so that's the best one. And I really like this with Secret Garden. I think they're quite pretty together. And they match quite well if you wanted to coordinate those two. So this one I don't think is listed as a coordinate, but I think it certainly could be. Okay, all right, that's all of the new stuff that I have for you. Let's have a look at the rewinds. I'll move my little screen over here so you can see a little bit better. So this first one, oh, I'm so crooked. Sorry, we can't be dealing with that. There we go, hopefully that's a bit better. It's not because the writing's not. Anyway, it'll be fine. Okay, so Snails. This is a brushed cotton woven. We've got a few different brushed cotton wovens and they are magic for pajama pants. So I posted my pair of pajama pants in this yesterday. They are just beautiful. So it's a little bit like flannelette, not quite as brushed as flannelette is, but it's very, very similar to that. So it's really gorgeous, as I said, for pajama pants, but you know, you could make yourself a really cute dress or a really cute, you know, little pinafore or something like that would be so sweet. It could be a skirt, you know, there's lots and lots that you can do with this fabric. My mind does automatically go to pajama pants just because, you know, it's soft and it's snuggly and it's warm, but I do like the idea of making myself a woven winter dress out of one of the brushed cottons. Probably not the Snails, because Snails does feel pajama-ish to me again. But for kids, it would be amazing. But there are some other prints that I would probably give a go. Let me show you this print. There you go. Super cute. Lovely, easy to sew up. I've got no stretch to show you, just the drape, and because it's a cotton it does sit out a little bit there, but it's gorgeous. So this one I have matched up with, which one did I match it up with? I think it's this same one again, the 332. So Resart 332, obviously I'm not going to match this with the Mariflex because there's no stretch to this fabric, so we don't need a stretch thread for that. Okay, some of our coordinates for this one. First of all, we had this silver fox cotton spandex, which would just be really lovely to wear together. You know, you got the two cottons, so they're really nice. Obviously this one with the stretch and the Snails without, but they look really nice together. And then we also put it with off-white modal, which is a bit simpler, but again, this is lovely and light and drapey, so it'd make a really comfortable slouchy t-shirt, drapey t-shirt for comfort, if that's what you want. All right, and the last one we put it with, I'm actually a little confused as to why we put it with this, but I'll show you anyway because it's on the website. So this is bright red. These things here, let me show you. I'll get this piece again. So we're matching up with the little bits on the top of the antlers then. They're not antlers. Antenna. Oh, antlers, that's funny. Antlers on a snail. It is looking a little bit red here. These are actually pink. They're not red. But for some reason we have put red with it. Because they're so small, it could totally look like a red when you put that with it. But in reality, it is a pink. So with that in mind, I added another couple of fabrics and colors. So these ones aren't on the website. They aren't photographed on the website. So I'll show you. This one is double brush poly and it's ultra pink. And it looks beautiful with that pink. Matches just perfectly. So this is a fairly new colour, so it wasn't around when we first got the snails. You could also, if you're going for the amazing softness, you could also go with the ivory double brush poly, which matches in really nicely. Or if you want some snuggly, warm coziness, you could go with this silver brushed French terry, which would be really, really lovely. Make yourself a beautiful jumper or pants or something out of that, and it'd be just gorgeous. So nice and warm, so comfortable. Okay, so this is Snails, and it is a brushed cotton woven for you. Now, we've got another one here. I think I'm gonna have to move some stuff out the way when I move this over. I'll just move that down there. And I'll just move this a little bit so that that's not in our way so much. Okay. This one is called Endless Sky, and it is a double brush poly. It is the prettiest pink. It is just so gorgeous. Pretty simple flower print on it, not too busy, which is really nice. We matched this one up with the Resant 155. I couldn't find a good pink in the Mariflex, unfortunately, so we've only got this one. And we originally put this one with a tinge of pink modal, which is really pretty, and it just kind of goes with the colours in the flowers there. So that looks great. And we also put it with Army double brush poly, obviously for those leaves. I actually really quite like that. I think the olive and the pink look really nice together. And then I did find just one more match. I really like it. This is Dark Musk double brush poly, and I think it matches so well with that background colour. It's really hard to match the background colour, but I think that looks fantastic with the background colour. Especially, you know, if you like the print but you don't want too much print, you can tone it down a little bit with solid colour. Okay, so this one is Endless Sky in pink. So both this one and the Snails are our Lush Sunday rewinds, so 2 this week, and they are both available at a lower price just for today. Sorry, I'm shaking a little bit there. So do take advantage of those while they are available a little bit cheaper. And hopefully that's, well, not hopefully, but it might be that you've totally forgotten that they were in our range. And one of the purposes of this is just to remind you, we've got a heap of fabrics here. We have so many fabrics. We have a warehouse full of fabric, and there being so much, it is easy to forget about some of them. So here are these 2 again, back to say hello. Okay, now please enter our competitions. We have one running in our Facebook group, Lush Fabrics, and then Australia in brackets, and another one running on our YouTube channel, which is just called Lush Fabrics. So please do enter both of those. We have 2 $25 Lush gift cards to give away to the winners there. I think that's all I need to tell you. Yes, we've done the monthly postal service, the competitions, it's everything. These are all now up on our website, which is www.lushfabrics.com.au. Hopefully there is something that you like here. I'll be back next week with some more. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.